summer is just rolling along. We are approaching the month of August, which is Black Entrepreneur Month. The River Valley is reaching a new milestone, and we are celebrating it with a new event for our community, of us, for us, by us. Session on August 24th, the River Valley Black Chamber of Commerce will gladly be hosting its first Health and Wealth Expo. And hosting that very expo is the one and only, it's your girl Felicia L. Hamilton, radio host, overall personality, and overall community and civic leader. Good morning. Welcome aboard, Felicia.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me. First of all, Stephanie, amazing. So happy for you. You're doing such an amazing job. Thank you, Rocky, for an amazing introduction. And thank you to the River Valley Black Chamber of Commerce for having me this morning. I'm truly honored. Thank you so much.
For this. And I'm hoping you and I could just get into a quick conversation about this, because you're very great at the hosting of the personality and the conversation. And this is the conversation that we're having. And I'm wondering, how do you feel about, wanting to see a provider, a specialist that looks like you? And how do you feel about being a part of something like that exposes it to our community?
Okay, so it's interesting that is the direction that we're going in terms of this particular expo and conversation, because that has been my exact experience. I have wanted doctors who looked like me. Just to be transparent, my OBGYN looks like me. I had to have several surgeries, and I was very comfortable with Dr. Stewart being my doctor. And as far as my regular doctor, there was a challenge in getting a doctor who looked like me, and we have some amazing doctors who are in our community, and they have a very long list to get on.
So Felicia, listen, when we get into this and we get these professionals up there, what is, just like you had that personal experience to share, which I appreciate sharing, what is something else that you think plagues our community while we either don't or can't get those providers and specialists that look like us? What you think is a barrier for that?
The biggest barrier I've personally experienced, because that's the only thing I can speak to is my personal experience, not knowing who they are. Not knowing who they are, and just going to community events and you see them on either panels, or they are getting recognized, or they're just in the room, because a lot of times, sometimes our health community doesn't always get the spotlight like other members of the community, like elected officials, people making decisions in government or bureaucracy, when it comes to the health portion, which again, in our community, sometimes we put that last. We make all of the appointments for the kids and all of the different things that we have to do, and we usually make our doctor's appointments last, which means now we're scrambling to find out, okay, who are they if we don't have them? So I think one of the biggest barriers is knowing who they are. Having a roster of health providers that we know look like us.
What's the next project, next thing? I mean, you're published, personality host, voiceover. I can go down the list, but what's the next thing on Felicia's calendar?
The next thing that's on my calendar is maybe something that you all can share with the River Valley Chamber of Commerce, and that is focusing on monetization of my brand. Because one thing that a misconception with being in the public eye is that translates into dollars, and it doesn't always do that. And you can be everywhere doing everything, which is something that I have done over the years and still continue to do, but it doesn't always translate into economic impact personally. And so we have to figure out, especially after we get to a certain point in our careers, just to be transparent, I'm 53. So at this point, I want to continue to enjoy what I do. I want to continue to be booked and busy and enjoy all of the things that come with that. However, at this point, it's about enjoying the ride, at some point passing the baton, and monetizing the position that I'm in.